Where you at,
The
Berto?
truth about black nerds. Let's get right into the video. This video is by Antonio Speaks. This video caught my attention because I'm black and I'm also a nerd. I've been a nerd my entire life, and I wanted to see if their perspective is cap or facts and see if there's anything I can add to it. Let's do it.
Black nerds, aka blurs, is the topic
Blurs.
of today's video. Now,
Never heard that terminology before.
me, I consider myself a nerd, but some may not. So for example, I love video games. I've been playing them since the age of 7. I've always loved sci-fi films, consumed about every DC and Marvel comic. On the flip side, I'm not into anime. But
Really?
growing up, I was very
I would still give you the nerd stamp though if you like comics and whatnot.
into films like Teen Titans, Samurai Jack, Avatar The
How did you not like anime then? Those are like the most anime-esque cartoons.
Last Airbender. So I guess to some it would be debatable. So within the black community, especially growing up in the hood, being a nerd or just even consuming the culture will make you stand out. It goes against what's stereotypical for black people. This is a flaw within the black community that I do not like. I say this all the time, but as black people, we are not a monolith. And we gotta start respecting that within the community. I will say this though, I feel like in 2025, being a nerd is kinda cool. Let's say versus the 2010s.
I think what's actually been going around is like a new trend of people pretending to be a nerd, which I don't even know how you can do. That's probably the lamest thing ever. But it's like people are pretending to be into anime, pretending to be into comics and whatnot. The reality is all us real fans that actually care about this stuff and are actually invested, it's so easy to see through the bullshit. It's like, bro, you don't actually like this.
Or the 90s. It is most definitely more acceptable now.
I want to talk about how all of a sudden being a nerd is in and we're erasing all of like that awful childhood stuff that happens to so many of us. Because now it's, oh, we weren't bullying y'all because y'all were into anime. We were bullying y'all because y'all stank. Or y'all were always doing something weird. A lot of y'all were bullying us just for being into different things. I went to many schools with other smart black kids. I love to read. And I got the pants bullied off of me for liking to read in a smart school. I had my black card revoked so often, I'm pretty sure I'm still in black folk debt. Because like I don't think I have one.
Hey, bro, I don't know. Like, obviously, I know bullying goes on in schools, but I just never experienced the whole like traditional, like, you're reading a book. What? Like, just I can't even imagine that in IRL. Like, you're a book reader. What?
White girl, whitest black girl I know, Oreo, wanna be white, all of it, all the time.
And I tell you, like, see, these new age black geeks, they will never understand how it was to be a black geek back in the 2000s and 2010s. Now, that was the trenches. Like, I consider myself a black geek activist because, bro, back in the day, bro, I had to defend my hobby. Like, y'all don't understand. The insults were crazy. Like, we would be talking about, like, normal, like, crap in front of everybody, and then, like, we would go home on our computer and be having discussions about anime with people online. Like, people don't understand. Back then, most of our anime discussions or geek discussions were, like, were on the internet. They were not in real life. Because if you even spoke about anime, like, you were about to get ostracized real quick.
I don't know, bro. Like, obviously, I seen people like not talk about stuff confidently, but me personally, I never gave a fuck, bro. Like, I was walking into school with my Beyblades and my Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, ready to go, dual disc in backpack, my nigga.
Yo, real quick, if you like making money, I need you to watch this part of the video. If you don't like making money, then go ahead and skip it, but that really should be none of y'all. I know you guys have been seeing me promote this new app called Free Cash, and the big talk of the town is
this a scam, Berto? What is this?
well, look at this guy. And this guy, all people from our community that are making money through the Free Cash app. The link is in the description. Even one person from my boy Astro Dior's community made $1,000 using the Free Cash app. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you can make free money while playing games on your phone. But let me break this down in a very clear way for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. When you sign up for Free Cash using the link in my description, once you're in, you're gonna see a list of games pop up. You download them, you play them, you beat the levels, get to the certain requirements that they tell you to hit. And once you get there, you're gonna get some credits sent to your account. Every single time you hit the requirements, you get paid real money. And they make the process so easy that you can cash out that money into your PayPal or even gift cards. And yes, it is completely free to use. Now, there are some options where you can spend a little cheese to get through the level faster, but you don't need to do that. The reason why this is even possible is because these games are trying to get new players onto their platform. So they pay free cash to pay you to get people to play the game. Now, I know I showed you a crazy example of somebody making up to $1,000, which it's possible, but realistically, it might take some time. This is just an easy way you can make an extra 10, maybe 20 bucks, just doing something that you guys probably do for free anyway. So if you're gonna be bullshitting on your phone, playing games, why not get paid? So if you've been on the fence, this is your sign. Click the link in my description and try out a few games. And when you make your money, take a screenshot and send it to me, bro, because I want to see y'all make that cheese. Because if I'm winning, I want to make sure y'all winning too. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do. Link in the description, and you're gonna get a $5 bonus using my shit. Now let's get right back to the video. Where you at, family?
Now for me, y'all, I did not have these problems. And that's why I kind of think to myself, was I really a nerd or am I really a nerd? But looking back, I was most definitely a nerd, bruh. This was me in the 10th grade. I mean, I had a 4.0 GPA, was in pretty much all AP classes, dog. I was...
Damn, you glowed up, bro. Shout out to you, man. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. See it through. Trust the process.
Textbook nerd. The thing about it is, as a black nerd, you really just gotta find your group of people. And even just being a nerd in general, I hate this talking point because even nerds in the white community are done the same way. Like,
got bullied for liking anime, and then I got bullied for wearing anime and an Avatar t-shirt, and like that I liked Pokemon, and that I carried a DS, and I was in bands. Like and I had braces, and I had glasses. There was just so many reasons, and I had short hair. There's just so many reasons to get bullied that like getting into Kingdom Hearts was another reason I didn't want to get bullied.
Don't worry, we're gonna make it. We've been looking for clues to find Clay.
Oh,
I know she got that last girl. I know for a fact, and I'm not even trying to be weird, I just know for a fact all the motherfuckers that were bullying her are spinning the block. I know her DMs are spun block, like a whole bunch of niggas spinning the block that was sleeping on her. She looked like one of them girls that was like kind of slept on. Nobody was fucking with her. And then after you graduate from high school, everyone was like, hold on, wait, is that, no, that's the same. Nah.
To get bullied that like getting into Kingdom
On
Hearts
me.
was another reason.
right. The clue board? You mean my clue
You gotta
board?
have the vision, though. You gotta see the vision. You gotta see it from afar. Like, I just remember those are always the girls that I was like kind of attracted to, where not all the guys were like, oh yeah, she's bad. Oh, I want to talk to her, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was looking for the low-key baddies, the ones that had the potential, you know what I'm saying?
Like the weird theater kids and the anime people.
Hi, weird theater kid,
Did
captain
she
of
just
the
say
speech and
anime?
debate team, anime fan.
You know who I'm talking about. The people we
Anime.
didn't hang out with.
Thank God for that, by the way.
So they've grown up now, and they're the ones making the laws. They're the Mark Zuckerbergs. They're the Faucis of the world of fucking nerds.
I hate to break it to you, but those effing nerds are not
What's her
just the
issue?
Mark Zuckerbergs and Faucis. They're highly successful, influential people because it turns out hitting the books actually was helpful.
Yeah, you know, that's one thing I think all like the content creators, I think that's why YouTube is such a dope place, because I feel like all the people that gravitated toward that stuff, not to say that you had to like anime to be a successful YouTuber, but just those like nerd-like qualities, it's kind of what gravitates to this online culture that allowed us to kind of be extroverted on the internet because we were introverted in real life. You know what I mean? And then it created this space for us to be creative and do whatever the hell we wanted.
Isn't just a black thing. Maybe the talking points of, you know, you're acting white is that talking point. But as far as you getting bullied or looked down upon, it's pretty much the same way. Kids are mean. Like I stated, you have to find your
Facts.
people. And with
Yeah.
me, I had a different group of friends for like pretty much every situation. Like growing up in the hood, those were like the hood friends. Then when I got to school, you know, me being in like different classes, I kind of met my nerd friends. So I had that group of friends, and I had my friends that was back in the hood. And also I played sports. I love sports. So, you know, I had my friends for basketball. The one
I think that's what separated me, is like the sports playing is what gave me like, okay, I'm a nerd, but I'm also hanging out with the people that aren't considered nerds because, again, I was an athlete.
One thing I did deal with though that I hated was me being labeled a game freak. Like I just love playing the game. I remember growing up, bro, like they'll come knock on my door for me to come outside. I'd be like, bro, I'm on a game and I don't feel like coming inside. Like, you a game freak, bro, get out. But I always felt like it was just like with love. Like they was joking, but it was with love. And I stated this in one of my second channel videos. I feel like the black community, our love language is joking. So, you know, maybe sometime these jokes were hurting your feelings, but it wasn't like meant in that way. This isn't justifying it, but that's my thought. Anyways, with them already having this backlash from the black community, in return, they end up being very anti-black.
Like, it's not that I didn't want to connect with black people, but I didn't know any other blurbs that like Minecraft. And a blurb put me closer to whiteness, not because I wanted to hang out with white people, but I just wanted to hang out with that like Minecraft. Do you get what I'm saying? I just want to say it is incredibly dangerous to be in close proximity to whiteness no matter what. And the reason why I say that is because I think hanging around with people that like Minecraft and everything definitely ingrained some self-hating attributes to me. It's not because of Minecraft, but it's the proximity to whiteness.
Within a nerd culture, there is not a lot of black representation. Just think about it. You're constantly consuming this media of people that don't look like you while receiving this hate from the people that look like you. That is going to turn into internalized racism. And I say this all the time, but everything is a alt-right pipeline. And the nerd culture is no different.
Yo, what happened to the nerd community, bro? When did we become Republicans, bro? When did we become conservative? What happened? What happened? We don't...
This is where Antonio starts to lose me sometimes. I feel like he always spins this into like what he literally just said, an alt-white or black hating situation where, I don't know, man. I love his content. I love what he stands for, but I just don't know if everything translates to that. Like, or I guess it can. Obviously, he's pulling up clips, and this is some people's reality, but I just don't think it's like this is the general connection.
Like girl power now because it's the feminist agenda. You didn't like Kim Possible.
I saw someone say, when did the nerd community just become another avenue or pipeline for right-wing grifting? And the answer is simple. The same way that the gym community became just another avenue.
See, yeah, like, I'm big into gym culture. Like, I am not political at all, though.
For right-wing grifting and right-wing content. The same way like dating advice stuff has just become another avenue for right-wing grifting. What does the gym community, the dating advice community, and the nerd community all have in common? It's full of lonely people. A lot of people in the nerd community get into nerd shit because they're lonely. A lot of people start working out because they're heartbroken and they're lonely. A lot of people get into dating advice content because they're lonely. Lonely people are very easy to manipulate. If you find a lonely person and you tell them,
I guess I
you're
can
the
see
victim,
where you're coming from.
everybody else except you is the problem. Now go buy my course. That's basically an infinite money glitch.
I just know I got into anime because that shit was cool as fuck. You know? That's why I got into anime. Like, I got into anime because it was cool as fuck, and that shit used to motivate me. Like, just the concept of almost any MC, start from nothing, grind, pop your shit, get to the top, be that nigga. Come on, man, that's motivating.
That's why it's just lonely people who crave acceptance and a sense of community are taken advantage of just in the way that cults do. Like, it's really not that complicated.
Now, the anti-blackness goes up another notch because a lot of black males in the nerd space feel like black women just hate them.
I'm curious to know if this is actually a thing. Black women will ignore men that look like this because he's weird, lame, nerdy, until he achieves success, then see him with a woman like this, and then all of a sudden label him a sellout. Let's be real. A lot of y'all don't like black women to begin with. Don't matter if you're a D1 athlete or a comic book nerd. There's a very small majority of black men that do not like black.
I hate when I hear this because I just don't think that's true. I just meet so many black brothers that love their black queens. Again, I think these are the type of narratives that exist on the internet. They widespread on the internet. They get generalized on the internet. So it feels like it's the mass majority, but I just don't actually think in IRL that's the truth.
Black women. Now, why is that? I couldn't tell you. But at the end of the day, this argument right here could be a little bit valid if we're considering that there are unrealistic expectations for black men, especially young black men in this economy and in this world right now. And there is that stigma of hypermasculinity in the black community. This automatically will make nerds and simps unattractive and certainly undesirable.
Black girls called you ugly? So do you want me to believe that the white girls called you handsome?
Once again, I did not experience this. This isn't to say it's not true, but I just feel like it's the way you carry yourself. And also, you just gotta find your, like, swagger, you know? There's a stereotype of, like, the smash bro type of hairstyle. Maybe your lips be crusty. In simple terms, man, you just gotta have game. White nerds go through the same problem while talking to white women. So, like, I hate that correlation as well. And I think what the problem is, a lot of people be holding on to what happened in high school. Whether that be the glory days or those be the bad days. It's been 10 years, bro. We don't care that you scored a touchdown in 10th grade. And yes, you may have been bullied in high school, but let that shit go, brother. My entire friend group is majorly made up of nerds. My best friend, this is us when we graduated. He was valedictorian. I was like maybe 4th in the class. Now, he is most
That's tough.
Definitely considered a nerd. I mean, huge WWE fan, very into anime, loves video games, but he's never had a problem talking to black women. And big shout out to my boy. He just graduated from Clemson University, 2 years ago now? We just got off the game a few hours ago.
I feel like a big part of the black nerd experience is going back trying to watch your favorite YouTubers and realizing just how much racist commentary was throughout the entire video. Like, when did Jen calling Michael Jackson a monkey fly over my head? Huh? Or that one try not to laugh challenge where they just straight up said the N-word. Huh? And I really got a bone to pick with Pat Jen because I used to go crazy for some Pat. Like, you can ask around. We used to go crazy for some Pat Jen. Even now with past sobriety, it was a black woman's video that I saw use this hashtag.
Yeah, see, I feel like my OG YouTubers, believe it or not, weren't even like those type of content creators. Like, I was watching Timothy Delgado. I was watching, I think I might have butchered his name, but RDC World. I forget Buddy with the dreads that created the peace sign meme. Like, so I don't even think he was on YouTube like that. He was on Twitter. And then I was watching like Bleach and Naruto AMVs. That's what I was going crazy watching those. Like, that was my favorite thing to watch on YouTube. So much, I think my first YouTube channel that's still up on YouTube somewhere in the archives of the internet. I was making animated music videos to animes, bruh.
Yeah, okay. And not even just them, like other gaming channels and YouTubers too, especially in gaming. And I can already hear the whole, oh, it was a different time argument. I can get that. It's really the fact that black kids really never had a safe space. And I feel like that's why it's so easy for them to be indoctrinated into like the red pill pipeline, because it was just small stuff in every single video that we could even like explore within like the nerd genre.
For example, like me growing up, the biggest gaming YouTuber in the world was PewDiePie. And you know, I watched his videos, but
I wasn't watching him.
Like, it was something off. I couldn't really connect with him. And this was before he had the whole N-word incident. But it was extremely rare for me to find another black gaming content creator. And this is why I give so much praise to creators like Berleezy, RDC World,
Berleezy,
3S Kenshin, because bro, representation matters. And it's like growing up in these nerd spaces, we rarely get it. And that is why I love that with the visibility that TikTok brings in 2025, I've been finding some amazing like comic book creators that are making pro-black comics for black people, bruh.
This right here is my comic book known as the Black Fist, and this is one of the most popular series in the Battle Chi universe. Let's talk about it. Black Fist takes place in the 1960s. It's about a superpowered alien that piques the interest of a KKK Grand Wizard that fears he is a danger to the world and to his community.
I made a comic book. This is it. It's called Astro's Falter. Astro's is a supernatural, somewhat horror-themed comic series with a comedic and cozy twist. The story takes place in this timeline and in this universe. It's a story about a girl who spends her entire life training against the invisible demons that roam our world, all before the magical seal keeping her invulnerable to demons begins to disappear.
Now, I ended up making a post on my Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow this, by the way. And I was curious on what was my black nerd's experience.
Being a black nerd with some crazy plot progression. If you liked any type of anime, niggas were gonna fry your shit alive. And the crazy thing about it is the same people that would be trying to clown you would be the same people trying to be in group project.
I'll be honest, bro. Like, I was an anime nerd, but I was clowning niggas that was running around school with their fucking hands behind their back like this. Like, it's just if you was doing corny shit, you were just corny, bro.
It's with you and the same people trying to copy answers. But I'm not gonna lie, going to college was probably the best decision I ever made, bro, because I found my community here. There's a bunch of black nerds here, and we've shared things with each other, and, you know, I feel welcomed. I don't feel judged or anything like that, man. And,
That's
you
good,
know,
brother.
people are a lot more accepting here. But to be honest with you, man, I've absolutely loved the journey. Like, this upcoming spring, 2026, I'm graduating with my Bachelor's of Science in Psychology, bro, and we're going to med school after that.
Yes, sir.
So, to all my black nerds out there, don't be afraid to be you, bro.
We really need to talk about the hatred for black women in the black nerd community.
Oh my God.
Because a lot of black nerds, they like hang with white nerds, of course, and they want to be accepted by them. So then they just start shitting on black women and be like, yeah, they're ghetto, and just start talking shit about them, right? And then also talk bad about women in general. A lot of nerds, they can't get girls, so I talk shit about them. And also, along with the red pill community, because a lot of the nerds, they want to get their anime physique, so they start watching those workout videos, and then those workout videos turn into how to get girls videos, and also turns into hating women videos.
Yeah, this is where it starts to lose me. Like, I know this happens. I know the pipeline that you're talking about exists, but I just think anyone with half a decent heart or brain doesn't fall into this trap.
My experience of being a black nerd is a bit different from other people, not only because of the era that I grew up in, but also because of the environment. With me being a 2000s kid, I was never really feeling ostracized for being a nerd because nerdy shit was everywhere. Now, I'm an inner city kid. I grew up in lower income neighborhoods, and there were a lot of black folks within those neighborhoods. So a lot of us bonded over these things that would be looked at as nerdy. There's a reason that schools would ban Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There's a reason schools would ban all the Bakugan toys and Beyblades. And I'm sure every kid that grew up in the 2000s had that feeling of watching a cartoon on Saturday morning and holding in that excitement when Monday came. Everyone couldn't wait to gather around the lunch table and talk about the latest episode of Dragon Ball or Sonic X or whatever was on Saturday morning at that time. But what I'm trying to get at is there was never really a point in time where being a nerd worked against me. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a social butterfly. I would hang with the theater kids, I would hang with the anime nerds, the music heads that would rap at the lunch.
I think that's what it was for me. Like, I just was with everybody. Like, I had friends in every group. Like, I wasn't scared to mingle with my people, for real. If I gravitated towards you as a person and like you was cool, like we was locked in.
Tables,
I would literally leave the roast session table, you know, laughing and joking with them niggas, and go sit down with I remember my dog, who was Jose and Ryan. Those were probably the, you know, shout out to y'all. I'm not trying to diss y'all, but those were probably the two nerdiest niggas in my group. Like, they was literally the polar opposite of the lunch table, that, you know, where niggas are pointing and cracking jokes, and that same group is getting into fights every other week and, you know, just doing stupid shit. Them niggas was cool, minding their business, just, you know, straight up talking about fucking Naruto and Bleach and just all these the animes and Bleach. Like, bro, we was turned. And I would go over these niggas' houses, and we would fucking collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards and trade and shit. Like, I fucked with them, bro.
Around and talking to everybody. I can't really think of a point in time where liking anime.
And I was playing RuneScape. I don't know if y'all was doing stuff like that, but that might have been before y'all time. But RuneScape was goated, bro. If I could play RuneScape today, I'd play RuneScape.
Or liking comic books or liking video games, whatever. I can't think of a time where that wasn't cool, especially when the second anime boom happened in the 2010s. If anything, that point in time worked in my favor, because a lot of black folks who weren't into anime or anything at that time, they knew someone who was. So they would approach me and ask me, hey, what's up with Naruto? What's Attack on Titan about? I heard Dragon Ball is coming back. What's Dragon Ball Super about? If there was someone who wasn't caught up with the latest geekdom fandom news, they came to me because they knew someone who was. And as far as being a black nerd specifically goes, I don't think there was ever a time where if someone did shame me for being a nerd, it didn't make me want to question whether or not I wanted to be around other black people. I never thought that black people didn't like anything that I was into. That's just ridiculous. But even if you don't know black people who are nerds, you know at least one black person who watched Dragon Ball Z. They may not know jack shit about Power Rangers, but I bet you they know what happened with Goku versus Frieza.
All my black nerds, come to the podium. I want y'all to give y'all experience.
Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. W video by that boy Antonio. But long story short, just be yourself. I think now more than ever, it is easier to do so. You know, the internet's a wide place. You know, anime culture has been widespread, and, you know, platforms like TikTok have made a kind of a safe space for all different types of communities. So whether it doesn't have to necessarily be anime, anime just kind of became the face of nerd culture. But whatever you geek out about, you know, whether it's books, whether it's drawing, whether it's fucking, I don't know, goddamn cosplaying, be you, have fun, bro. You only have one life, and you might as well do it the way you want, man. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Don't be corny though. You could be nerdy, but don't be corny. I feel like, and when I say corny, it's just like cringe and unhinged. You know what I'm saying? Like, still be a decent human being. I think that's where people start to lose me. Like, just because you are a nerd doesn't mean you should be stinking and not brushing your teeth.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.